Welcome to a new video. So today's video is going to be something a little bit different than I normally have done. Well, I mean, it's still book related, but I've never done a video like this. It's book tag / book challenge, and I haven't done one of those in a really long time, so I decided it was time to do another really fun book challenge. So today I'm going to be spelling June with my books. So this is a challenge that I've seen a little bit over BookTube, especially on Tiffy's channel, which I will link down below. Basically, you time yourself finding different books on your bookshelf, and then you give like a little description of what that book is about, and it's just a kind of fun, different type of challenge. So the first step is to time myself finding the books that spell June, and so I'm going to be timing myself with my watch. So I have like my little stopwatch right here. I guess I'll start now. Okay, J. I need a J. Oh my goodness, this is already a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. J. Oh, just kidding, that's the author. Aha! A J! Sorry, I'm out of the shot. I was looking at my bookshelf over there. Found a J. Okay, now I need a U, and I know I saw one right here. Okay, got my U, and now I need an N. My time on this is gonna be awful. Aha! I found an N, and I need an E. E. I just realized that there was a J right here. Wow, I'm so good at this. Oh my goodness, my time is gonna be so bad because I'm literally looking at every single book on my shelves. What if I don't have an E? What do I do? Oh, never mind, I have an E. I forgot I had books over there. Okay, where's my watch? Okay, so my time was 2:54, so that's pretty bad. I definitely need to do this video more often and like boost my time up because that was terrible. Okay, so here's all the books that I found, and it's time for me to give you a little synopsis of each of them. I've actually read every single book on this pile, so wow, go me. First we have J, which I picked Just As Long As We're Together by Judy Blume, and this is a book that I read so many times in middle school. It's a contemporary about these three best friends, and honestly I don't remember any of their names. But it's just like them going through middle school, like it's their first year of middle school. You know, the one girl, her parents are splitting up, so she has to deal with that. The other girl, like, is getting bullied in school, I think. And I know that there's some, like, fighting among the friends as well. And it's just a contemporary about girls learning how to live life in middle school. And so I read this so much when I was in like 6th grade, getting ready to go into middle school, because I was so afraid of what middle school was gonna be like. I don't know if other people do this. Have always been this way, where I try to find books that are like about the next step in my life. So when I was going into middle school, this is the book that I read. I think I read it like 5 times or something, because I was trying to prepare myself for middle school, and I thought that reading this would help me do that. I did the same thing with high school, and then I tried to do that with college, but like there's no college books out there hardly, so like that was a total flop. And I have a whole video ranting about how there are no college age protagonists in books. So like if you want to check that out, you know, click the card. So this one was very near and dear to my heart in 6th grade when I was about to go into middle school. And so that I've kept it all this time because of that. I haven't read it in forever. Actually, I was thinking about doing like a readathon where I reread books that I used to love as a kid. So maybe I'll do that with this one. But I just know that this one has helped me through so much, especially when I was going into middle school. Okay, so next we have Unwind by Neil Shusterman. So this is a dystopian story about this futuristic sort of society where they have developed this technology where they can basically, like, you know how like you can donate organs? Basically you can donate every single part of your body. It is called being unwound. So if you are unwound, then every single part of your body gets sort of taken off of your body and like, you know, donated to other people who needed an arm, you know, that kind of thing. But you aren't dead. Like, your consciousness is still alive, but you don't have a body. It's really hard to explain without just like reading it. But basically, they've also made this law where once your kid turns 13, I believe, from 13 until they're 18, you have the choice as a parent to get your kid unwound. So instead of like adoption, you get them unwound. Because, you know, like, your kid isn't gonna be a person anymore. Even though they're not dead, they're technically not alive because they don't have a body, and you don't have to be a parent anymore. It's very scary for kids within that age range because they're afraid that they're gonna basically die but not really die because their parents just don't want them. It's kind of like a really crazy idea, but I read this book in like my freshman year of high school or something, and I really enjoyed it. The idea for this book is like out of this world crazy, and like I said, it's really hard to explain if you haven't read it, but Neil Shusterman did a great job with this book, and I really enjoyed it. There are 3 other books in this series that I haven't read. I've been wanting to reread this and then read the next books in the series because this world was crazy. Like, how did he come up with this kind of stuff? Next we have Number the Stars by Lois Lowry. So this is a World War II historical fiction about a character named Anne Marie, and her and her family are on the run from the Nazis. Obviously this is like a middle grade book. It's pretty short and, you know, like big font and stuff. It's for little kids, but I read it when I was in elementary school. Here are all the books on this list, books that I read when I was really young. Pretty good World War II historical fiction. I haven't read very many World War II historical fictions, and I need to, especially looking at The Book Thief, because I haven't read that one yet, and I really should. The last book we have is the book that goes for the letter E, and that is Educated by Tara Westover. So this is actually an annotated book that I have. So when I went to my freshman orientation for college, at the end of the tour, they gave everyone a copy of this book, and they said, read it if you want to. There's going to be a discussion at the beginning of the fall semester about this book, and it might help you with your transition into college. And so I was like, yes, I'm on board. So I read it and annotated it because I was super excited for a discussion about it. Honestly, I didn't hardly like this book at all. It was so dense and kind of boring at times. It's about this girl named Tara, because this is a memoir. It's about this girl named Tara who grew up among this family who were, I believe they were Mormon, but like super devoted, and her dad was like literally insane. Like, he like made them work on the farm like scrapping metal or something, and Tara got injured like so many times doing this because she was like 7. Some of her brothers also had really bad injuries, but they didn't believe in real doctors. Her mother was a midwife. Her mother had all these like special types of like, you know, like all natural like medicines, you know, like essential oils and herbs and that kind of thing. Like, honestly, her family was insane, and they didn't believe in education. She never went to, I think she went to a couple years of school in like elementary, but she never went to high school. And one of her brothers was very interested in being educated and going to school, and so she sort of started learning from him and using his textbooks. Eventually, she leaves the family and she goes to college, and her parents are so mad at her for going to college. Like, they're just kind of like almost conspiracy theorists. Like, they think that everything is out to get them or something. So, but Tara eventually does go to college, and that was the part that I was waiting for and the part that I was expecting most of the book to be about, because it's called Educated. Like, why would it not be about how you got your education? But most of this book was about her family drama and how crazy her family is, which, like, don't get me wrong, that's super interesting, and if I had known that going into it, like, maybe I would have had a different mindset about it. But I thought this book was going to be about college, and it really wasn't. The parts that were about her college experience were very vague, and she didn't talk about anything specific that, like, you know, would have been helpful to an incoming freshman to know about having a roommate and getting to class on time, and, you know, that kind of thing. The thing that I was super stressed out about my first semester of college. And so this book didn't really help me in any way to get to college. But, I mean, it was a good story if you're looking for a memoir who's about her family and her struggle to get to college. But I wasn't thinking that that's what it was going to be about. I thought it was going to be about her college experience and not so much about her family. So I didn't like it, but I can see why people would like it, because it's still very interesting. It's just not what I thought it was going to be. Alright, well, that was me spelling June with my books. I hope you all enjoyed this video and you maybe found a couple of other books that you'd never heard of, or you'd heard of but you didn't know what they were about. Like, maybe I helped you find a new book that maybe you'll check out someday. This is technically a book tag, so if you want to do this video, I tag you. Just anybody who wants to do it, go for it. It was so much fun trying to find these books. I was really bad at it, but maybe I will do this video more often and I will get better at it. So thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to follow me on social media, my links are in the description box down below like they always are. And make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss any videos from me. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!